So before, in all our devices, we need to only insert one single operator. Okay. So in Indonesia, it's maybe Telkomsel. In China, China Mobile. In US, it's AT&T. But in many of the world today, there's about 800 operators in the world, and we can never insert 800 SIM cards in there. Okay, why? Because everyone have different strengths and weaknesses. AT&T works in the U.S., maybe works in very good in the city, but when you go to remote area, maybe Sprint or Verizon or T-Mobile. Same thing in Indonesia. Telkomsel is very strong, biggest carrier. But in some islands, in some remote rural area, maybe some other operator have better coverage. And also, people are very sensitive about pricing, about roaming, etc. So those are all blockers for people to use internet freely. Okay. So we have developed the technology in the last 10 years to really focus how to resolve this pain. And we created a solution, and also we started operating the service. So last 3 years, we've been very busy. We launched a global Wi-Fi hotspot called Solis. Okay, and this Wi-Fi hotspot, I don't know if everyone knows about Wi-Fi hotspot. You basically turn on, and you get 5 people to attach to the Wi-Fi. And the mobile Wi-Fi hotspot, you can put it in your briefcase, and you can walk around anywhere. Okay. So we provide a global Wi-Fi hotspot, okay, that covers over 135 countries today, and we have serviced over 10 million users a year. Okay. And pretty much on all the airplanes, 1/2 of the planes you see on the sky, you can find our hotspot. And we're on a lot of Lazada, and we're on the airport. We're many places around the world. You can also rent our Wi-Fi hotspot. We cover about 50 airports around the world. You can pick it up and return. Okay. So last 3 years, we've been testing our technology, this virtual SIM solution, and we've been using this Wi-Fi hotspot to make sure that our technology works, that we can integrate this technology, hopefully in other devices other than our own. Next. Can you go next slide? This doesn't work. Okay. So, Wi-Fi hotspot is great, but my goal is really to somehow, I want to enable many millions of users to use this technology. Okay. And I feel that mobile data is so critical to our lives today that we cannot live without getting access on the mobile internet. Okay. We share, we communicate with friends through WhatsApp. We use Instagram to post, to follow our a lot of KOLs, and we access movies on YouTube. So we cannot live without it. Something that we cannot live without, I always feel that at the end, it will eventually be free for most users. Okay. So I really want to push this idea of how we can enable mobile data for free for our future generations. Okay. I think I personally come from a background where, when I was a kid in China, communication is so costly. Okay, it's very difficult to get a phone line. Okay, you have to have so many relationships and your uncles and uncles' friends, and somehow, get a telephone even in your home. Very expensive and very difficult to get. But with communication these days, okay, start 20 years ago when internet started spreading, and last 10 years when smartphone from 2G to 3G to 4G and so on to 5G, I think communication really changed the world. Okay, and free data, I think eventually it will get there, and that's really my dream. So what we have done to get to the next step is that we have created a small app called Simo. Okay. Before, in your phone, you have to always insert a single operator SIM. Okay. In Africa, you know the most popular telephone in Africa is 4 SIM card slots. Okay. Why? Because the coverage is no good. Users, for them to make a phone call, they have to try different operators to see which one have signal to call. So we want to get rid of all that pain, and we created a small app called Simo. And through this Simo app, users just click and be able to get on the internet right away. So if you look at the first picture, if you open the Simo app, on the top right corner, there is no signal on the phone. And when you click connect, it will go around and it will search for the best signal. Okay. And finally, when you find the signal, your 4G signal will come up if you look at the top right corner. Okay. So this has no location barrier. There's no border. You can go anywhere. Okay. As long as there's a signal, as long as there's a tower nearby, no matter whose tower, the software will be able to attach and will be able to provide you with internet data. So we made it very, very simple, very easy for user to use. And next, I really want to congratulate Wiko. I think Wiko has done a phenomenal job to launch this. Okay. So we have worked with many operators around the world. Now covers around 200 to 300 operators in the last 10 years. In Indonesia, we're also very good friends and partner with the local operators. And we really been able to tell them that this idea will change the world. So the operators really support this great idea, and together with the local operators' support, we're able to launch with Wiko's phone 6 months for free. Okay, anywhere in the world, just click, and you're able to get on the internet on Wiko phone through this app. So I think, in the future, there's so many important apps on our phone. Some deal with our personal lives, some expand our education, expand our experiences, and all these apps are really, really important. And I think whether you're rich or you're poor, whether you're in Indonesia or in Africa or in China, it doesn't matter where you are and who you are. I think I want everybody to be able to access and be able to gain these services globally. Okay, and that's our vision. And I think I want to tell you that we launched this. We did not launch this anywhere else today. So with Wiko's phone in Indonesia, today in Jakarta is our biggest and the first launch. So we really want Indonesia people to have this service. Thank you very much.